Hey guys, so today I'm back again with another video and we are just going to get straight into it. So as y'all can see by the title, today we are talking about hair types, and I'm going to say that in air quotations. Y'all can't see me, but I'm doing air quotation. Now, I want to talk about hair typing just because I just made a video on hair and on TikTok, and it kind of got some people in a frenzy. Like, it got a lot of engagement, so I figured it would be a good topic to, spill some knowledge on a video for you guys. So now the title of this video, as y'all could clearly see, is why 4C hair is a scam. Now let me explain this. I am saying this because, for one, when it comes to actually picking products out, you do not need to know your curl pattern. Your curl pattern has nothing to do with the types of products that you use and things of that nature, as far as your shampoos and your conditioners and your leave-in conditioners. Now, hair typing, somebody made a comment and basically said hair typing is good for a scale, or to show young girls what kind of hair they have. And I agree, but I disagree. Now, this is why. Because most people don't have one type of hair pattern in their head. Most people have a mix of two or three, sometimes even four different hair types in their hair. So the hair typing scale doesn't really give people insight on all their entirety of their curl pattern, especially because if you look at your hair and you see it's curly, okay, it's curly. You have curly hair. Now, whether it's tightly curly, extremely curly, whether it is loose curly, whether it is straight, whether it is wavy, you have a texture type. But the only texture that actually matters is coarse, medium, or fine hair. That's the only thing that's actually going to matter when it comes to your products and things like that. And the problem I see with a lot of young girls is they say, oh, I have four hair, so X, Y, and Z, which that should not be the case. That should never be the case. You should never base your products off of you having 4C hair. Now, with that being said, I mean, knowing your curl pattern and looking at your curls help when you're getting luxury extensions and or sewing, and it's like, oh, I want this curl to match as much as possible with my curl pattern of my hair. Okay, in that case, it's fine. But to call it, to go as far as to be like, yeah, I have 4C, I have 4B, I have 3A, I have this, that does not matter. And then also, what I also said that got people in a frenzy is that white people products are not a thing. And I firmly and strongly believe that most hairstylists will tell you the same thing, and that is because the thing about so-called white people products that people want to believe is like, oh well, if it's not next to the black people products or the products that are targeted toward black people, then it's a white person product and I can't use it for my hair. When in reality, y'all, if y'all look at some of the ingredients in the so-called white people products, y'all would realize that the ingredients are so good for your hair. In even most products, it says, okay, it can say for curly hair types or whatever, or for textured hair, but it's saying it being for textured hair really helps no one. You really need to be looking at products that say, oh, it's for fine hair, oh, it's for coarse hair, oh, it's for oily hair, oh, it's for dry hair, it's for flaky hair, it is for hair that has a lot of dandruff. These are the things that matter when it comes to picking out your products, because honestly too, most people believe that people with curly hair have coarse hair textures and their hair is coarse just because they're black, or just because it curls up a little bit more, or their edges aren't just super slick. And y'all, that is not the case. That is not the case at all. Usually, a lot of times, people feel like they have coarse hair because maybe their hair is a little bit drier, maybe their porosity is high, and they feel that way. We have to educate ourselves the right way. The YouTube hairstylists and the YouTube natural hair influencers are amazing. They do what works for them. Sometimes they don't be right and sometimes they don't be correct, but we have to really educate ourselves on the science of hair care, because just like black people, white people have a cuticle and they have a cortex. Um, just like everyone else, we all have a medulla and we all have a cortex, and those are the things that matter when it comes to basic everyday styling of your hair. That is the truth. That I tell y'all a joke, but I never tell y'all a lie. That is the truth of the matter. So when y'all hear me say that, it's not me being like, oh well, this system is just trash, and it's no, it's just the fact that we have to educate ourselves on what we really need to be using the system for, and we need to educate ourselves on how to correctly pick products, because 9 times out of 10, a lot of problems that you see in the salon and I see occur in the salon is because people feel like they have coarse hair and they really don't have coarse hair. Their hair may be medium, their hair may be fine, and they may just have high porosity because they've been using the right product. I mean, they've been using the wrong products, and porosity can be fixed. If you have high porosity hair, your porosity could be fixed when you're using the right products and when you have the right regimens and care. And guess what? The porosity is not going to change the texture of your hair. It Your hair is either going to be fine, medium, or coarse. And guess what? It's white people out here with coarse hair. It's black people out here with fine hair. It's black people out here with medium hair. It's white people out here with medium hair, y'all. We have to get out of this old way of thinking when it comes to our products and when it comes to the way we treat our hair, because it's detrimental to us. Like, people like, oh, I'm black, so I'm gonna just stay in braids. That's like saying I'm black, so I'm gonna just stay in braids because it was made for my hair and it was blah blah blah. Yes, okay, our hair does fairly well in braids. Cool. But if you continue to wear those braids, guess what? You're not gonna have no edges. If you continue to not trim your hair, guess what? You're not gonna have your hair is gonna break off. If you continue to use the wrong products in those braids or doing your regular maintenance, guess what? Your hair is going to be dry and brittle and have breakage. And that is with anybody, because the science of hair does not lie. The science, the breakdown of hair does not lie, y'all. It does not. My client right here, she has medium hair. Her hair is a medium coarseness. She has high porosity hair. You see that I mean, not high porosity, I'm sorry, y'all. She has medium porosity hair, and it's just a wonderful shine. She usually gets her hair done at a salon. The only problem with this client is that, honestly, she just had a little bit of breakage, but she did tell me that she came out of knotless braids, and a lot of times the synthetic hair can cause a little bit of breakage throughout your hair, especially if the braider goes in and, like, cuts those extra like pieces off. Like, things like that could happen. But that's what I'm talking about, y'all. If I were to use a curly hair product and it just said certain, it's just for certain curl types, and it didn't go with, and it was for coarse hair, it wouldn't have did her no justice, and she would have left out drier than when she came, because it was for coarse hair. It was for coarse hair. It was for coarse hair or 4C hair or whatever may have you. And then, honestly, if I would have showed y'all her hair wet, if I would have showed y'all her hair wet, y'all would have been like, oh, she has 4B hair. She has 4A hair. Blah 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 blah. And that is just not the way to pick y'all products. So I hope this helps. I hope y'all get a little bit more understanding. I hope this just helps y'all put into perspective on what y'all should and should not be looking for in the salon. And then one last thing before I go, I also got a comment on TikTok. So on TikTok, we be talking over there. We be talking. I'm more active on TikTok only because I can't post a YouTube video just every day. I can post a TikTok every day. So you guys can follow me on TikTok to get like some more real time takes and like tips and things like that. But Somebody was like, but isn't the cosmetology book that y'all learned from made by white people and created for white people? And y'all, let me tell y'all, that is not the case. The cosmetology book is made to teach you the basics of hair care and the science behind hair itself and the products and sanitation. I'm going to show y'all one day. Well, I'm gonna show y'all on TikTok. So if y'all want to see, go on TikTok. Literally, it teaches you how to. It does teach you how to braid in the book, but it doesn't teach you how to do a silk press. It doesn't teach you barely how to do a blowout. Honestly, it just teaches you how to use some thermal curlers, and it teaches you how to color based on porosity and based on hair typing and things like that. Which hair typing and honestly your curl pattern, and really it's not even your curl pattern, it's your porosity that really matters when you're doing color. The only reason your curl pattern would matter when you do color is because color looks different in different stages. It looks different when it's wet, it looks different when it's curly, it looks different when it's straight, it looks different when it's in the sun. So that's the only time that that would really matter. And really the 4C 4A doesn't really help. It's just because you have curls. It's whether it's tightly curled, lightly curled, or wavy or whatever. But even in the cosmetology books, y'all, it just tells y'all, it teaches you the basics of hair care. It teaches you hair structure, and that is the same for everybody. The only people who have a different hair structure in general, as far as you're talking about the layers of your hair strand, are people with probably gray, or most people with gray hair, and a lot of people with fine hair. And we already went over that some black people can have fine hair, and the only thing that they would be lacking would be the medulla. Like people with blonde hair lack a medulla. People with gray hair could lack a medulla and just shed, because the medulla is the thing that gives your hair pigment. Just so you guys know that. But that's the only thing, y'all. And I'm gonna stop ranting. I've been talking for like 11 minutes. I know y'all probably tired of hearing me talk, but that's what I wanted to bring to y'all today. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If y'all have any questions, if y'all want me to elaborate more on something, even if you have an idea of me to talk about something else in the video, just let me know. Put it down in the comment section below, and I will make sure to add it on TikTok, and I will make sure to add it on here as well. Bye guys.
Young girl, no one that back calling me splurge. Let me jump right on the curb. Bet this run fly like a bird. Spin on the first and the third. Solid, I'm keeping my word. Check me my equal, I don't know what you heard. Crank up the phone, I swear. Keep me a stick if they purge. Young girl, no one that they working my nerves. I'm about to pause a serve. Fucking this bitch like a perm. Smack from the back of a perm. Ice, the bird. Shitting on all you little turds. Can't take that wait your turn. In my own lane we can merge. So with no hands you can learn. Let's see how much you can earn. Why me go big like the worm?